All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the World Arena Podcast, aka the WOPcast. Today, Firas and I are joined by Twitch sensation,
With sensation, damn.
Sean enthusiast, Scribblebibbles. Thank you for
True.
joining us, man.
Yeah, of course. Glad to be here, finally, after some
Yeah,
issues,
some delays.
some delays.
Multiple issues.
Yeah, delayed enough times to where Firas has to do it from LA instead of his house.
Yes, to that extent.
So
But here we are.
So if his audio and video are scuffed, it's blame the hotel Wi-Fi, not him.
That's right. Please, not me.
But yeah, so how's your season going so far, Scribble? It's almost over, I know, but
I mean, I'm the highest I've ever been. Just chilling
Yeah.
in G3 right now, casually.
Yeah, you've been floating back and forth between like top 100, right? And like right on the cusp, pretty much.
Yeah, last 3 weeks have been a bit of a struggle, sitting at like rank 120 kind of stuff. Right
Yeah.
now I'm back in top 100, rank 80-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, the goal is a top 100 finish this season. The dream is to get into SWC qualifiers, but we'll see about that.
Is that
As long as I get my G3 finish, I'm happy, to be honest.
is that this season and last season, or this season and next season?
This season and last season.
Last season, okay.
Yeah.
You might get screwed over by your last season finish, because that's what happened to me.
Yep, probably, but we're gonna just try to finish as high as possible. As long as I get the G3, I'm happy, to be honest, because I've never finished G3 before.
Yeah.
So it'd be a good new best, pretty much. Nice on the profile.
Yeah,
you gotta do what I did. You gotta like skip from like middle G2 to like rank 34 in like.
I mean, I would skip the whole of G2, to be honest. I've never finished G2 before either, so.
Oh, that.
Yeah, see,
going
that's
straight
okay.
into
So that's it.
Yeah, that'd be a huge jump. But
yeah, it'd be nice.
But like the funny thing is though, like okay, for us, you got lucky though, because you got it in a season where like you had the water Ryu and he was just fucking peak momentum, just peak velocity, and like that's when like Bison and shit were also like so fucking good because Riley didn't exist and shit yet. But like, like Scribble in your season right now, like your comp is something most people are struggling to use, me included, because I just get so tilted by Triple Revenge Verd and shit like the Charlotte Chung Pung Ryu. Like I don't know how you keep it together.
It's all you face, man. Antares, Triple Revenge Verd, Leo, Juno, and then everyone always first picks Oliver as well.
Yeah.
So speed fights are hard right now, and most of the people, they pick fucking Oliver, Gianna, for example, and you'll pick, I don't know, more Changpong, Charlotte.
Yeah.
And they'll go straight into Leo and Terry.
Oh yeah, no, they immediately
No one
pivot.
dares to speed fight anymore. Everyone pivots.
Yeah,
but for some reason, I've been having a lot of success into those turn 2 teams.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. Like,
I think the Joe gun is honestly a big part of it as well.
Yeah,
being able to scroll away or Leo or Antares is huge. And the spare runes are busted. The spare runes are absolutely busted.
Yeah, they just add so much, like, I don't know, like I struggle with, like, I just get frustrated when I'm picking like Ryu heavily and like for 30 wings, every game starts off with my Ryu spinning into a team that has a triple revenge Verd, and just neither player has any idea. There's a billion different outcomes that can happen. Yeah. Like it's like you can not get revenged but strip nothing because Ryu sucks sometimes. You can strip everything but get revenged and get crit, fire into water. It's like in everything in between. Like it just fucking anything can happen, and it's just
you can
so
get
much variation.
And triple stun the whole team. So
there's
no point
like
in the revenge.
Just fucking anything can. Sometimes he revenges you and only crits you once, and you absorbed enough attack bar, so it doesn't matter. And it's like, what the? It's just fucking anything can happen. I mean, like
honestly, the water Ryu is just let's be honest, it's an RNG unit, really.
100%. And I
He's
mean, I don't
become
even
one, yeah.
I don't even use him on despair at the moment, so it's even. I guess I have less RNG on my
True.
side in that regard, but I don't know. It's just playing that matchup out 30 times a day. I just can't do it. I can't do it. It drives me fucking nuts. Like the
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's been working for me
oh yeah,
somehow.
definitely
I guess having Sean being AoE CC that's like not
really
affected by
consistent.
any elements,
Yeah,
Really helpful.
it's huge, especially with the recent buff on Squall.
because he doesn't touch him either, right?
Nope, he
No.
just
Yeah,
AoE
so
stuns without touching.
Diana gets nothing, Ragdoll gets nothing.
Nobody gets anything.
Douglas doesn't get glanced on and pop you in the face. Like,
Yep.
yeah, that's
And
super
they all
good.
get pushed back, and you give yourself speed buff and a little bit of ATB push. So it's actually, I mean, I would argue it's probably after Light Monkey the best light or dark CC.
Yeah, come to us. Take notes for this guy, okay? I keep getting.
Yeah.
I'm just activating all their passives and missing the stuns anyways. It's pointless. Yeah, no, he's super solid. It's a struggle because like with all the variation in the game right now, the only units left that don't have that variation are LDs. Like you have Sean and
Yeah,
you have Light Monkey, and
yeah, that's true.
that's about it. Like Oki's not consistent anymore. Bison's never been consistent. It's just like
Changpong, Charlotte, they just pick fire units, so it's also not that consistent either.
right, and even then, it's not a hard CC. Like
True.
even if you land your pushbacks, I mean, they still get the chance to triple revenge, Verd you and like all that shit. So
Yeah.
That's why Charlotte is actually like really good this season, because the skill tree applies glancing debuff, and it helps a lot into fire units. That's why she's playable into anything pretty much, in my opinion.
yeah, she actually helps on the Bison too, which is crazy. I still don't trust her versus like Verd and Douglas and stuff, but like when you can get a glance on a Bison, like you just make his
Yeah,
S3 that can already be shit even worse.
true.
Yeah.
A glanced bison does nothing. Unless he quad stuns everyone anyways, which happens sometimes, but that's just something you have to deal with.
Yeah,
That's the dream.
but yeah, I don't know. Like for us, how's your AoE CC adventures going recently?
I'm not even Dude, I'm not even using. I'm back to like single. I still first pick Carnal because that's still my deduction to be the best first pick I have. But I'm using like Gooey and Miles as like follow up, and I'm just getting res sacked a lot right now, so it's hard for me to like
Gooey.
comment on the team. I love calling her Gooey, but I get 15 res so much because I'm trying to like she's made for all of
Yeah.
them, right? And I got her to the right speed where I can use Karma the moment any skill is used. It could be a little bit faster, so I can like cut Wusas as well. But I just keep getting res right now, even though I'm max
Yeah.
accuracy. It's very heavy. Like I'm getting 15 so hard right now, so it's hard for me to say if my team or even just GUI in general is even really effective, just because I'm getting cut so much by it. But I feel like it's supposed to be really good. Like the matches where I don't get totally screwed, I mess up Oliver's with GUI's S2 and then the strip, and I have her on despair. So like sometimes I'll follow up right away because the speed I put her on. I can do her S1 strip stun because I've already despair or strip the defense break, which is also pretty nice. And I'm using a lot of Miles, and it's been okay. I tried Miles on despair because I was getting really tired of his S2 not stunning after I stripped. So I
I
said,
don't
okay,
think
if I
that's
put him
worth
on
it.
despair, he did not stun once. I am not joking.
Yeah,
He did not
I
stun
don't think
once.
that's
I'm
worth
like,
it. He's a
yeah, he's
wild
back on
violent
five.
unit. Yeah.
He's also
And
just
he is
not
back on five.
consistent, really. He's so inconsistent. It's what, a
Yeah.
50% chance to stun?
Yeah. That's why I thought despair can help it, like a 50 and a 25. Usually units with an 8 stuns their skills, and you add despair on top, it becomes a really good stun skill. No, it's a complete
Yeah.
opposite for me.
Not on,
But
Well,
Gui
not a
just
well,
is
single
a
hit.
crappy situation right now for Lancashire. Yeah. So that's where I'm sitting at. I use a bit of Recon, a bit of Sekhmet, but
But like, I feel like
overall, I'm getting. I'm losing.
those units have even
Yeah.
more variation though, because it's just like, at least with Chung Pung, it's like at least you get 3 chances to like
Yeah.
to get one of your pushback. Like, or, I mean, technically you get 12 chances because you do it on all 4 units. But like, yeah, with GUI, you're just asking for it because like you get 1 chance, and it's not even that great of a skill to begin with. But
really not.
But-
I
yeah,
think I've
I mean,
fought like a few
it's good
this
versus
season.
Oliver. It's good versus Oliver.
And whenever she
but
used Karma,
you just
I
take the
just use my
damage.
skill.
Yeah,
you just take the damage.
Fuck it.
Silence is way better.
Yep.
But who are you gonna have that gains bar from someone using a skill,
Yeah.
and then you get to move, follow up, and then strip silence?
Well, they
As
need
far
to
as I know,
they
that
need to
unit doesn't
make
exist.
Karma just a mixture of a silence and a dot. Like they need to just make it they're silent for 2 turns, and they take, maybe they drop it down to like 15% each of those turns. Just so like when you put it on something, you get something out of it. Because if they just fucking throw their skill anyway, you get a little bit of damage, but they're probably doing it because they know that damage isn't gonna matter. You know what I mean? Like,
The 50% is worth taking if it means you get to AoE CC a whole team, right?
yeah,
They never get to move again.
yeah,
What's the
I'm
point,
just
right?
using it against Oliver though, mainly. Like
yeah.
I take
it's
her right
Yeah,
away
right.
as soon as somebody takes Oliver. No, I can't say if it's decent yet because I just keep getting rest sounds.
Yeah,
So I can't say
well,
it's
that's the
decent or not right now.
That's just the
That's another
inherent
problem
issue
with it,
with
but-
like one ac-res check. Like
Yeah,
85% of the
single
time you'll land
target,
it.
CC strip kind of stuff. Same thing with Segment,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, Sekhmet, Okeanos, like they've
why
always
they-
been plagued by that.
It's why
Chicklids.
everyone calls
Yeah.
her Segment right now. Like the
Yeah.
amount of time she will miss that skill tree on turn 1 and you just lose because of that.
Yeah.
I can't use her
Insane.
anymore.
It's so frustrating having like when you have units like oracles who their debuffs are just all automatic if the strip lands, but then you
Yep.
have these other units where it's like this skill is way worse and it can miss the strip or the debuff following the strip. It's
True.
like the skill is worse. Why does it have more like fail chances when it's a worse
It's
skill? Like if the skill was better, that makes sense, but obviously Sekhmet's S3 is nothing compared to Gianna's S3 or even Lima's S2 is so fucking broken. 2 turn
I mean-
cooldown, full strip, slow, like give me a break.
What about their skill 1s, right?
yeah,
the
and
amount
that
of
just
cycling
helps it
they
even
get
more. Yeah.
and damage now because of artifacts.
Dude, I have literally fought all 5 oracles this year that have been or this season that have been on revenge. They're just all on revenge now.
Triple
Like,
revenge, everything, or
dude,
violent revenge.
I lost to a fucking Gianna Ciara the other day because I outsped with Swift Ryu. I S2'd and both of them revenged me and cut me and crushed me. It was a fucking Gianna Ciara. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm over here thinking like, oh, I outsped, nothing can go wrong. Like he didn't have a vert or anything. I'm like, I'm
Nope.
chilling. Both oracles fucking.
Yeah, I mean, I've even
Revenge.
seen
It's just
violent
faster.
revenge. Prahas,
Yep,
and they
Praz.
just,
I fought
they
Praz.
boost strip, violent proc into AoE sleep. It happens.
Yep.
It's insane.
It's an absurd thing, but yeah.
I mean,
Somehow
it's
it
rare for that
happens.
to happen, of course, but
Yeah.
triple revenge Lima right now, for example, is just so strong.
Yeah.
Dude, their
That
cooldowns are so
That
low.
it doesn't exist. That S3 cooldown does not exist.
The
She
S2
spams
skill,
that S3.
dude. The S2 has no cool. It's literally a 2-turn
I'm not even
cooldown.
concerned, but the S2 doesn't even scare me as much as that S3. It's always it's a 4-turn.
The Lima
It
S3
seems
is
like
nuts.
it's a 4-turn. Where is she?
Dude, that
Lance
S2
is
though.
too, right?
Yeah, it
The
Yeah,
cleanses.
it goes down to 4 turns. That's insane.
Which on
So
an
AoE
oracle.
cleanse into invincibility, immunity, and recovery
Yep.
on that cooldown.
And
with
when you take it,
40% attack bar every turn.
well, that's the thing. Like when it's on an oracle, 4 turns is really only 2. And if you
True.
Pretty much.
if they proc, then it's only one.
It's only one turn.
like fuck. No, they got to do something about that shit. They got to just like change the way that like units
mean-
counter. Like the units with counterattacks either built in or just have some sort of benefit off of revenge runes. It's just out of control, dude. Every team you fucking spin into with your Ryu, 4 things attack you back, and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, Lima, Vert, Valentis even with your
Yep.
skill 1 counter, stun,
Fuck.
bullshit, attack bar gain.
Oh my god. There's so many of them
Valantis.
now. It's like
I mean, I think we have seen enough of the oracles for like I don't know how many seasons now anyways.
Yeah.
Like they can go get a nerf
They've always been
and
the best.
be out of meta for a while, right? Like,
Yeah.
just change it up right now. Same thing with Ragdoll. I've
Yeah.
seen enough Ragdoll for the past I don't know how many seasons.
I know. Yeah, oracles have literally. I think they've always been the best. Like RTA,
Yeah,
RTA
Sierra
family.
used to be like such a solid first pick, right?
Yeah,
Now not
she's
so much anymore
yeah.
because of Oliver, but I
Yeah,
think
but once
as soon as
Oliver is, if Oliver gets nerfed again, who's going to be the best first pick again?
it's
most
probably gonna be
likely-
Sierra again, right?
Yeah,
For
yeah,
turn one
that's-
players, yeah. If you're blessed with like some of the good LD strips, like even if it doesn't even have to be Gianna, even if you have like Wounsa or anything like that, like that'll do. But I think until like Riley and stuff get nerfed, I don't think Ciara is gonna like come back full force. It's just too hard for her to deal with. Yeah,
That unit it makes no sense. Riley makes no sense. Not being able to do anything about the skill 4. If she procs, she gets it off no matter what because
yeah. Well, like
you cannot silence her, you cannot karma her, you can only stun her and
yeah,
hope she doesn't proc.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like the irony of it is they've literally the last 2 like good AOE like healer type supports were Lulu and Fran, but like a 2-star and a 3-star. They were so oppressive that Comtu was nerfed a 2 and a 3-star healer. Then they released Riley as a free to play.
Which is both in
She's
one.
the 2 of those units combined, and she's immune to resets, and she has Nat 5 base stats. It's like, what the fuck? You guys acknowledged Fran is too broken, Lulu's too broken, nerf them both. Then you give us Riley for free.
Yeah.
And she's the combination, and she's immune to cooldowns. It's like, what the fuck is going
silence and
yeah,
silence
like,
and oblivion and cooldowns. Immune to all 3.
Yeah, the cooldown thing is huge though, because that's literally all they did to Lulu, and Lulu disappeared. They gave her 1 fucking cooldown on her skill 2, and she disappeared because
I actually faced one last night.
Oh, really?
Funnily
That's
enough.
crazy.
I think Pinkroyd picked it into me.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but that's
If it's
Pinkroyd,
Pinky,
right?
it would-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Riley is just
Pinky
like,
before.
there's so many units in this game that can never leave your storage until Riley's nerfed. Like, you just don't pick them ever. Like, if it's a water
a lot
unit,
of units cannot deal with her at all.
yeah, I mean, I think she's the reason that Oki's gone, because you can't rely on his stun to land on her anymore. His stun's inconsistent.
Yeah.
You can't reset her. And even if you land your stun, you still can't reset her, so she's just 1 proc away. Like, it's not like you're pushing her back with Oki, you're just stunning, so it's just 1 proc away, and everything you did is just gone. Like, so I don't know. They gotta do something about that unit. But
I also think Sekhmet is like a huge reason that Oki is gone. The
It does
extra
make it
base
tough,
means she's
yeah.
way better than Oki for turn 1 Swift unit. And the skill 2,
If they
I
just
mean, it's not a
change the
stun.
awakening.
It's not a stun, but like AoE heal block defense break lancing is very strong right now.
yeah,
Mhm.
they do need to give Oki the Ack Awakening, though, like you were saying, because
Yeah.
I mean, if Sekhmet can have speed, then at least
True.
give Oki accuracy. Dude's got fucking
Yeah.
crit rate, which is literally just a negative. Like, you literally do not want any crit rate, and you're forced to have at least 30, no matter what. Like, they're just so clueless when it comes to that shit. They're just so fucking clueless.
I mean, I
Maybe in
guess
their eyes, they're spreading like their proposed buffs. They have a giant list of what they're doing, and they like pick out. Okay, eventually, like they know what needs to be done. They
Yeah,
know everything.
100%.
They like as much as we like to knock them for being idiots. At the same time, they do know to some extent. Like for example, when Chow got the ability to cleanse a CC, we're like, no shit, he should have done that
Yeah.
in the first
In
place.
the first
They
time
just
they
had
did
that.
it, it happened at the
Yeah,
end of his turn.
it made no
It's
sense. Like,
fucking
okay, dude,
completely
like no,
pointless.
it's not like till now. Like, is he good better now? Yes, well, he's how he should have been in the first place. But it's still not like he gets spam picked a lot. He's still like the occasional very good last pick, sure.
Yeah.
But they know that like he would have to have a CC cleanse at the beginning of his turn to be something of a threat of some sort. They know that, but they don't do it because they're like, okay, we'll save it for another patch so it looks really good. So that patch can look really good, and then people call it a buff. I just call it a filler. It's the same thing. Oki eventually he's going to get his accuracy lead. Always go, oh, Oki got buff.
Yeah.
Technically, yes, he got buff.
Who's the awakening change we just got? Like, we got like one.
Oberon.
Oh yeah,
Oberon.
Oberon. It's like,
yeah,
The
my
most
two
common
Oberons, I
sense
got
one.
30 extra crit rate.
Yeah.
Nice.
They waited how many years since Oberon's released? Like what, 6 years ago or something like that?
With
6 years ago,
resistance for no good reason. There was
and
never a
everybody
reason.
knows it.
yeah,
Nobody can justify
it's
that.
all
ever.
these. Yeah, it's all just fucking.
I mean, it's the same thing with what is her name? Trinity, right? Everyone knows she needs higher base attack to be anything of a cleave unit.
Yeah, no.
They just keep it in the back, to make people happy. One day with that buff,
Yeah,
when
exactly.
they run out of other tanks.
It's like
Now,
they
one
just
day
like.
is gonna be too late.
Yeah, it's all just like they just want to keep you like anticipating like the next balance patch. Even though I don't even know how it keeps working. It works on me. I'm always like
Yeah, same. I'm
anticipating.
already looking forward to the next balance patch.
I know nothing's gonna be on it, but I'm looking forward. It's like the strangest thing. It's like I actively know it's gonna be so stupid and have nothing good on it, but I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. It's like really weird. They have me fucking Jedi mind tricked over here. I'm like,
They
it's so
fooled us
crazy.
all.
Like
I mean-
they do these buffs too every once in a while where they like tweak some base stats. Like they did it for the Archangels and the Phoenixes, and it's like, you think those are the only two families that could use that treatment? Like, keep going, go down the list. Like,
Yeah.
hit the dragons, hit the fucking Grim Reapers that you gave a 2A and they're fucking 90 base speed and unusable. Like,
90 base speed units shouldn't exist anymore in
There's
the
no
current state
point.
of this game.
Like-
Everything should at least be, well, let's say 98 minimum.
yeah, at the bare minimum. I mean, like, I guess you could keep Tiana where she is, and like some
Yeah.
units like that just like make sense to have like no
Yeah.
base speed, but like some of the Grim Reapers have strips. 91 base speed with a strip? Are you out of your fucking mind? What the?
Makes no sense.
You gonna give it your best Swift set so that it can move in front of your violent units? Like, what the fuck?
That's
Like-
true. But we're on that topic, but like it reminds like there's counters just like in this game that would
Oh,
be
yeah.
like so good and usable. Like yeah, man, I could use this unit if I had a plus 190 bio set
Exactly.
or a plus 190 despair set because I need that kind of speed to have it tuned at a certain like it's insane. And if they just increase those base speeds, that's like the biggest buff of all time because
That's
it's
why
it's
Rakan's
equivalent
gonna
of like
continue to
updating
suck.
skills. Yeah, but I'm occasionally getting to get Rakan in. He's one of the single target units I've been using, but it's just like fuck. It's equivalent to
Yeah.
like making new skills in the game like for his units because they're not being used. They can't be used, and there's nothing wrong with a 2A having at least 98 base speed. Like if
Yeah.
Thrain was 98 base speed, he still doesn't replace Bison. But if you don't have a Bison, Cardinal, I mean,
Yeah, or Rico.
he can still be used. His stun is
Yeah.
still random as shit. It's totally random. He can maybe full AoE stream, maybe AoE stun, or he does one unit.
Yeah.
That variance in that still exists, and it doesn't make it broken. He was just be a viable unit for somebody to use if they don't have X unit. He doesn't replace anything.
Yeah.
That
But
they're
like
just
units like Chimeras, until Teor is higher than Poseidon, why would you ever use Teor? Like what's
Well,
the fucking logic?
yeah,
Like
I
I mean,
think
I guess if you don't have Poseidon, but
I think for Chimeras you can build them a bit more bruiserish, as well as the fact that now they don't need crit rate. You can get away
yeah,
with it with Chimeras.
that part helps, but it's like but like Teor to Poseidon specifically, like Poseidon just has all the same skills, but better,
Much.
with a better base speed and a better
Yep.
awakening. And he's tankier. His base stats are tankier. So
And
it's
AoE
like
silence.
yeah, so it's like if you want to build a bruiser style, Poseidon's still the better choice because he ignores element and he's tankier and has the accuracy awakening like Teor wants. And it's like
yeah.
why would you ever some of those
Yeah,
units
crit
just
rate
make no
awakening
sense.
right now, especially on Chimeras,
Yeah.
makes no sense. But in general, you don't want it
Yeah.
because the amount of ragdolls you face,
Yeah.
it's
Crit rate
crazy.
awakening is like a death sentence.
Pretty much.
You want it on like these Chimeras shouldn't have crit awakening anymore. The ones that at least have squall. Like Sean has accuracy lead. Even though obviously you're a perfect person to talk about this. Even though he has crappy base speed, but because he awakens into accuracy,
It makes
he's
him
so much
it makes him
easier to
usable.
move.
Yeah.
Yep.
It makes him extremely usable. Taylor could be in that same spot without increasing his base speed, even though he still kind of needs the base speed. But he's
Yeah,
like borderline though, right?
I still really want the 100 base speed
Yeah, but
Chimeras.
they gotta do it to
Yeah.
Grogan first.
No, yeah, and the dragons, like they shouldn't have this. Each dragon has its own different base speed for some dumb reason.
Yeah. But like even units like
I
Grogan
think
though, it's like
Varad is like 93.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Red is 93.
Yeah,
But,
like, he's
like,
so
this
good
guy-
too. Well, until like he can't move ever.
you need
How
to
you gonna
put your
use him?
best set on him to make it worth it. And it's like even like okay, you put the best set on it, you can get it tuned. Like I can get a Grogan tuned with max accuracy and 100 crit rate, but it takes up every 1 through 6. It has my best rune in every single slot. Is
Yep.
Grogan outputting the value of taking up every single one of my best runes? Like fuck
Hell
no.
no.
Like
Hell no.
but his base stats require it because his S2 is a super consistent stun, but you got to have accuracy or it's not going to matter. And then his S3 and his S1 only do their additional effects if you crit. So you got to have crit. If you're going to have crit, then you got to have crit damage because you got to fucking do some damage when you do it. It's like.
It used to be the problem with Chimeras as well, you know?
Exactly. Because, like with Teor, if he was going to do any damage, you have to have crit rate and crit damage, but you still want to freeze and push back. So now you got to have
you need
accuracy. It's like. And all that while you have a 95 base speed or a 96 base speed or whatever Taylor has. It's like
Yeah, but this is basically the issue with so many units.
yeah,
like we're
they're just
saying right now.
they're gatekeeped by that, like by their base stats. And every patch we get like one singular unit. We changed its awakening. We gave Phoenix's whatever 4 more base speed or whatever they did.
And everyone's just patiently waiting for their unit to be the next lucky one.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I'm sure Eludia owners were stoked, but like, what about everybody else with their fucking useless? I mean, at least Archangels needed it really badly. Like, I wish the meta was different because I honestly think that whole family, other than Eladriel, would be pretty usable, but you just can't in this meta.
I mean, that's the thing. AoE CC is too strong right now.
Yeah,
it's way too strong.
There's so many strips. There's so many pushbacks. It's just like you're never gonna move with an aerial.
I wouldn't mind the meta shift either. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm
heavily benefiting of AoE CC being as strong as it is right now. That's all I play, you know.
Yeah, that's all I've ever hit G3 with.
Really, is either I get outsped by people, so they have better runes, or like insane LD units. or I just get luck sacked by turn 2 garbage,
Yeah.
which is the only way to really counter it.
Yep. Yeah, it's the only thing I've ever hit G3 with is AoE CC. I would, if the alternative is like the meta shift and I have to play something totally different, but every game's not decided on turn 1 by what a Verd or a Diana does to me, I'll take it. Fuck it, shift it. Like make it into a total bruiser fest. I couldn't care less. Which, I mean, bruiser metas are kind of, it's
I
kind of
wouldn't
just
mind,
whoever
but
procs more.
Slow, but
yeah, and the problem with Bruiser meta is matches take fucking way too
Yeah,
long.
so you get more angry when you get luck sacked because it's like
It's a waste
15
of time.
yeah, 15 minutes in the Vela procced into S3, like fuck me, dude. Yeah, no, it is tough, but I like that better than like the sheer randomness of this meta, where it's just like every wing, no idea what's gonna happen. Like, does this guy own Volantis or does he not? Like, if he does, well, is he gonna revenge when I spin on him? Is he gonna? It's like, it's just like every single game is just pure randomness, and it's, I don't know. For me, it's not that fun. Like, I don't know. I play other like turn-based strategy games, so whenever I'm like at night, got a couple hours to kill or whatever, and I'm deciding which game to play. Lately, it's not Summoner's War because
yeah.
I've got other games that I play, and I can actually like use my brain and kind of know what's going to happen in games, like based on like the state of the game, and not just like, okay, this guy's turn 2, I've got 2 strips, I've got 2 AoEs, like he's so dead, and then he's just not
Win.
because
I should win.
yeah, and then he's just not dead because the Kinky gets a Despair Stone when it revenges, and the Verd fucking crits my Ryu, and it's like, okay, well that went south, I guess. Like, I guess I'll just go on to the next swing. That one felt good. Like, I don't know, but I mean, in order to do that, yeah, in order to fix anything, the next patch has got to be crazy.
But it's like at this point, if I don't even know how they could even do it at this point. We know how, but we know they're not going to do that kind of a magnitude of a nerf fest.
Well, they gotta start with like the biggest offenders, like Verd, you know? Like, you get to start every game with a coin flip. Like, and it's such a...
They need to replace it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm trying to play turn... Like, that's... Because I gave up on speed contesting, because it's just impossible with Oliver, when I have to fight so much Oliver. So I'm trying to this turn 2 comp without Verd. And I can't, like, there's nothing I can do. I'm trying to use GUI. She just gets resisted. I try to use Max Res, like Shizuka, or Max Res with my Nyx lead. And I still just get clapped, like, heavily. Like, there's a couple matches, obviously.
Nope, I think we lost them.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He's gone, guys. No. Bring him back.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get the point he was making, where it's like, outside of Verd, what chance do they have?
But without the RNG factor, you know, just as a unit, like Heigang is the closest thing you have.
Yeah.
Which does something as his passive.
But he doesn't synergize as well with those turn 2 comps. Like, he doesn't do anything for O'Reilly, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't set O'Reilly up in any way. Like,
nope.
But I still just, I don't know. I don't think you should be able to, like, just have a coin flip to do such a pivotal, like...
I fully agree.
Oh,
I think you're back. Hey, at least the audio, the video. Is he there?
I love the frame. I love the frame he's frozen onto. That's gonna be the thumbnail. Oh god. Man. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like how good Verd is at what he does. Like, you can, even if it was an RNG unit, like, that's fine. But it's just the fact that, like, it will literally determine who wins the game
of the whole match.
Yeah, like,
it's a 50-50 to just win.
That's the part that's ridiculous. It's that it's like, it literally decides who wins that fight a lot of the time. And it's like no one
really
feels
need
good.
any runes for it. Just
Yeah,
throw 3 revenge runes on him, get 100 per rate, and you're good to go.
yeah. And no one feels good about it either. Like when you pick Vert and he doesn't revenge for you, you're like, fuck, man, like this is the only thing I could have picked. This thing always beats me. And the one
Yeah.
time I pick him, he does nothing.
He doesn't work.
Yeah, and
And
then
if
if
he
you're on the
does
other
work, you're
side,
just like,
yeah, you're like, oh, got away with one there. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Outskilled, right? You know,
yep,
better player.
yep. It's just ridiculous.
But at the
It's-
same time, like, CC is so strong, and people would just go nuts if turn 1 CC would always win, right?
yeah,
But at
it,
that point, it is actually decided by, well, both runes and whoever has the fucking insane LDs, pretty much.
yeah. Well, that's like the main issue with like CC is that the best ones are LDs right now. So
Yeah,
then you
yeah,
really feel fucked over when CC's the way to go, and all the best ones are units you're never gonna have. Because then it's like,
pretty much.
what do I even do? You back?
But that's,
I
let's be
think
honest,
I'm back.
that is already the case, right?
It is, yeah.
The top 100 consists of, I'm gonna say 90% LD carried players.
100%, yeah. I mean, 100% agree with you, not 100% of
Yeah,
them. Yeah,
yeah, no.
yeah,
Like there are some people who aren't LD carried, but
yeah. I mean,
the
you got like
majority
the
do
one-off like
use
Fate Mem
LDs.
and stuff who don't even have one or whatever.
Yeah,
You know, it's like, but I mean,
Josh is the genius, though. That's the thing.
yeah.
true.
I mean, in his
You
runes,
need to be 5-head, right? And have good runes.
his runes are
He's
like
oh,
unmatched, man. It's literally insane. Like I'm literally like watching his replays, and I'm like, okay, so you're telling me his Ryu is like outspeeding Tritons and shit, so it's stupidly fast. And then 5 games later, while I'm still watching him, he picks a Jogun that he like never picks, and it's faster than his Ryu. And I'm like,
what?
what is going on? Like your fucking your Ryu is like 330, and you mean to tell me this Jogun that you never pick has an even better set on? Like, what is happening?
But those are the people that should be on top, right? They
Yeah,
have the runes, they have the brain. They
yeah.
should be the ones on top.
His comp is like super carefully like designed. Everything is speed tuned perfectly. Like it makes perfect sense, and like he's got the runes to run it, and he's beating people who have gazillion times better units than him. And like that's like the perfect example of how the game should work. But for most people, it doesn't, because like who the fuck has those Swift runes just lying
I
around?
mean, he still loses to Triple Revenge, Lima,
All the
Gianna,
time,
Vert.
literally all the time.
Exactly.
Every time I look at his replays and I see a ragdoll, I'm like, I just know it's probably a loss, and a lot of times it is,
Yeah.
like, because that's just how it goes. But especially when you're picking Swift units, because ragdoll just like outpaces you throughout the whole game if you
Pretty
don't have the
much.
ability to proc. But yeah, what were you saying about Verd before you?
Oh, before I
Died?
vanished.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. So I'm saying right now, because I'm not contesting speed, I'm trying to play a turn 2 comp that doesn't use Bird as like a core, like gimmick, whatever. And I'm saying it's really hard. Like I'm assuming like if I'm playing in the world where Triple Revenge Bird isn't a thing, I can't do anything. Is either I'm getting rest sacked or the units I have can just get pushed back and go. We've spoke about this before. There's got to be some kind of unit or something that messes with their ATB
yeah.
pushback.
There's got to be a counter to
So
that.
consistent. Because like if you think about like the grand scope, like I'm trying. Like my sets. Like here's I'm my entire core is in the mid 70s, high 80s, like plus 170s, plus 180s, between amongst all my units. And without speed lead, I'm trying to deal with these guys without speed contesting, and I can't. Like I can't. There's no output that I can do
Yeah, it
that
doesn't
helps
help.
like slow them down consistently. Like 10 out of the 30 wings, it's working. But like either I'm just like really unlucky, which I generally am, because I get like I said, rest Sackback so fucking much. But putting that aside, it's still hard to be like really consistent against turn one players and without a revenge vert or of some sort of
Yeah, well, you don't even have
vert
Juno
mechanic.
either, though, who's like
Yeah, there's
one of the few
Juno
units
or
that is actually like just super busted for turn two players to utilize, but you don't have that
yeah.
either. So, but I don't know. Like, I think they need to learn from Masha though, because like she is so much more effective by just having this like the immunity just all the time. It is
Yeah.
so much fucking better than like a fire monkey or something like that, who's
By a long
supposedly
shot.
who's supposedly immune to crowd control. Masha has a strippable buff. It is 50 million times better than him because
Yep.
because the immunity makes you immune to pushback, and Fire Monkey is never immune to pushback. He's immune to all forms of CC except pushback, and Masha's actually immune to pushback because she gets will. So it's
Same
like,
thing with Jaeger and Peter, right?
yeah,
Both of them are
yeah,
immune
definitely
to
Jaeger,
pretty much
yeah,
stuns and stuff.
especially
Peter too,
Jaeger,
right?
especially if you have two of them, you know.
Okay, dude.
I couldn't
Okay.
couldn't be
You just
me.
I
had to,
can't
right?
help it.
You just.
I had to get it up there,
Oh man,
especially.
pain, 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 pain.
But yeah, like that's this needs to be like their lesson. Like she's
Yeah,
so fucking good, and units who are like Fire Monkey, he has really similar base stats. He has a super high base speed. He gains attack, so he gets wicked strong too, just like she
he gains
does.
speed too now
Yep.
with being hit. But that's the
And
thing. Masha's like such a good
yeah, but
example of what
she
they should do.
exactly, she can't get pushed back, and that's all that matters. Now she just crushes Oliver. She crushes Chung Pung. Like that's all
At
it
the same
takes.
time, she's not really like way too busted to the point where she needs a nerf. She's in a good spot, in my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah. She's weak to Leo. She's weak to just like getting outsped and dying because she's usually paper thin, you know? But like, it's just like that is their example. Like, just take that and give it to the units. Like, anything that right now that's immune to CC should be immune to pushback. I mean, they need to fix some other stuff at the same time because I can't even imagine fighting a team that's immune to pushback and has a triple revenge bird. I would lose my fucking mind.
Oh
But
man.
but like they can at least start there, you know, give it to Fire Monkey, give it to Jaeger, whatever. Maybe you don't have to give it to like what's that other guy? Fucking Rigel or whatever, because he gains a ton of attack bar. But
Yeah, but a unit like
Oh,
Masha is just
Rigo, yeah.
a good step in the right direction. Like, 'cause it
yeah,
counters CC, but it's not OP. It's not RNG like Vert.
yep,
We need more units like Masha because otherwise
Yeah.
CC is just way too strong.
yeah. She's the best unit they've like come out with or buffed or whatever, either or in like a
Yeah.
long
And a
time.
lot. Yeah.
Where she just like she does what she's supposed to do. She counters what she's supposed to counter, but she's not so broken that she counters things she's not even supposed to counter. Like Douglas is so strong that he counters water Ryu sometimes, that he counters like units
Yeah.
that he shouldn't be countering because he's way too far in that direction. Like Masha is
Yep.
just like perfect. She counters what she's supposed to. She still loses to things that she can't, that she doesn't counter. It's like perfect. But we've got that's one unit out of like 2,000 that are in this game, so they got
Yeah.
a long way to go.
But it's a good start, I guess.
Yeah.
They gotta start somewhere.
Fucking one unit at a time. They'll all be balanced eventually. But
With this 2 month schedule, it's actually likely to see it. But like when it comes to like the important times like now where like people are pushing for SWC and then they're missing units, like I get they have to make their money and make people try to summon other like certain units, right? But it's just such a crapshoot when you're like your room
yeah.
quality just doesn't matter, right? Like
Yeah,
I
no,
can
it
contest
doesn't.
speed if I just throw a random 33 and then all of a sudden I'm outspeeding everyone. And then resistance aside, there's like that's always going to be a thing. But now I'm like I want to try to be like top 100 is always my goal every season. And now I'm trying to work with like what I have and what's available to us through 2 ways or farmable, whatever random 4 stars and whatnot. Like I should be able to formulate a solution, even if it's not the number one solution. My room quality should carry that to work. That's not a complete RNG crapshoot, and it's just not there yet. So because now I don't know, Faint does it. Faint is something else though. His room quality is way above
Yeah,
average. We're just
but it's
using him as an
also
example.
his rune quality is in the form of Swift though, so it's like it's still an RNG crapshoot when he plays the certain type of player. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a foolproof comp. It's just like, and he also like he has other things that he pivots into. Like he plays a ton of kinky when he fights those like
Yeah,
turn 2 teams.
and he
Not
does
everybody has
have
a kinky.
Oliver as
Like that's
well.
a tough unit to pull. Not everybody has that. That's so like even if that is the answer, it's not like it's a good one because fucking 80% of the game probably doesn't own one. So it's like,
Yeah.
but
And
yeah,
he also is utilizing Oliver in that, using Faint as an example.
yeah.
Oliver does help him like a lot with that combo to pull off. But how he fights Oliver is also like very interesting. Like just immediately first picks a Masha or something like
Yep.
that.
Ryu Masha every time.
Yeah. I might have to copy that to be honest. See if that
You know, a lot of
But
people do that.
reusing
Ryu
Ryu,
Masha.
oh my god. I hate using Ryu.
I've seen it a lot into the Olivers lately. Pinky does it too, I believe. Ryu Masha, first pick into pretty much everything.
Yeah. He's doing like what, like Masha Barbara and stuff like that?
Yeah. Yeah, he's picking Masha, Barbara, Water Ryu, and then there's like a Tableau
Yeah.
sometimes a Josephine,
Yeah, Tian
or
Lang and
whatever.
stuff.
True, forget he has that, but
Yeah, that helps a little bit, but
it helps a little bit, just a bit.
Not a lot, but you know, a little bit.
He definitely doesn't counter 90% of the units in the game.
yeah, all the good ones too. It's not
Or
some
Chiwu.
yeah. Fuck yeah, now Chiwu gets cut by Tian Langs.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Goddamn nightmare.
But yeah, one more topic though before we end, because we're already at like 45 minutes. But how do you guys feel about? I was already talking to Scribble about this, but for us, how do you feel about like the way the point system works right now in this game, and how we spend 3 months twiddling our thumbs, and then final week of the season determines your rank for the whole season? Like every time I've finished G3, I have started that final week in C3. Last season was the opposite. I started the week in like G2, like G3 cusp, and I finished C3 because that last week is all that fucking matters. Like if you win streak in that last week, you're chilling.
Yeah.
If you lose streak in that last week, it's over. It doesn't matter how high you were. Like it's just so fucking crazy how this system works, where it's like it benefits you to just not play, right? If you just don't play for 2.9 like of the months of the season, and then in that final week just get a nice win streak, a nice win rate, like you're fine. I don't know, it's just it's like, crazy.
I see it as a good thing, but also like it only really matters as like for SWC contention, where you're thinking like, okay, I need to like, because I've done it before too, same thing where I just the last 2 weeks I skyrocketed. That's the time I got ranked 34.
Yeah,
my
like
last 2 weeks I had the most insane win rate.
Yeah, 2 weeks
like
prior to that, 95%. You were like C3 line, and then
yeah, I've ruined up Cardinal, and then I was all of a sudden ranked 34 within 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, that's what happened to me.
It was Cardinal.
Well, that's what happened to me too, though. Like when I got my highest finish, which is 131, I started that week, like, and I mean start that week as in like Monday or so. Seasons end on Friday for me, at least my time zone, and then I played 112 wings. I tracked my wings or whatever. I won 104 of the 112 wings in the final week, and that was it. I got G3. It's like I literally tryharded all season for 3 months for 112 wings to be the only wings that mattered in the entire season. It's like
Yeah.
I just think the seasons, if they are going to keep this point system, why does it have to be 3 months long? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Why does it have to be 3 months of nothing for then
Well,
5
what
days to
else could they
determine
even do?
everybody's rank?
What other option could we do based on, I guess, other games?
I mean, every other game I play has 1 month seasons, and they have better point systems than this. Like the other like Hearthstone and Pokemon and stuff like their competitive ladders, they could do 3 month seasons, and they don't. They just do it as 1 month, 1 month, 1 month. So everyone just gets to hit the reset button after a month, and like it makes people feel like everyone's always more invigorated at the beginning of the beginning and the end of the season. So
Yeah.
the more frequent that you make the beginning and the end of the season, the more enthusiastic people are to play. Like a month and a half into an RTA season, what's your motivation to play other than if you just like RTA?
Scrolls. I want all the scrolls.
Yeah,
Yeah, there is scrolls to be farmed from it.
but it's just like,
But at the same time, it doesn't really matter how long the season is for the scrolls.
yeah, that part doesn't. As long as you're just play, like even if it's a month, they just reset every week, and you can get
Yeah.
enough points within that week to. But it's just like I don't know. It's just annoying. Like I like to play this game, but I'm not 5 weeks into the season when there's still 7 weeks to go. I'm not gonna do my wings. I just don't. I don't care. Like the points mean nothing at that point. Like
No.
I mean, I have glory points stocked up to buy scrolls for the next year and a half if I want to. Like it just doesn't matter, you know? I don't know. I think they got to change it just to get people more engaged and like,
If it was like a 2 month season,
okay, that's still too long. Just 1 month. Just pretend it's a 1 month. Pretend they change it to like every other game in existence. Like, what are the downsides to that?
well, they have
It's
to
less
push out
exciting,
more
I think.
rewards. Yeah, it's less exciting too.
But it's more
And they would have to like,
exciting in the regard that like you get like that final week is the most like hectic.
yeah, high
Everybody's
impact.
playing, everybody like all your games feel intense. Like that is that I mean to me that's the most fun week of the entire season, and I get that feeling once every 3 months.
3 months.
It's like
Wouldn't 2 months be good though if you just like align
it's
it
better
with
than this
balanced
for
patches?
sure. Yeah, I mean it'd be better than 3 months for sure. I still just think it's a
Balanced
little
patches in the
dragged out.
middle of the season also suck. I'm not a fan of those.
Yeah, they are weird, especially like I don't know, especially when they plop counter picks in. Like if we
Yeah.
get a balance patch where it has like a lot of counter picks on it, like a Douglas type patch or whatever, those ones it's like you can't do those in the middle of the season. It just fucks everything up. Like everybody's comp just like stops working, and you're just like, dude, it's 2 months into the season. I don't want to refigure out the game right now. Like,
Pretty much. I
yeah,
do agree that 3 months is a bit long. I think with 1 month, if you make it that short, they have to give out 12 Guardian skins every year. Right now, it's
yeah,
just 4.
yeah.
At
I
that
don't know
point,
if
every unit in the game has a Guardian skin. Rewards get less exciting, maybe.
Yeah, I just don't know if like I don't know if they really have to keep the Guardian skin like reward Paul. Like I don't know, they don't really excite me anymore. I don't know about you guys. Like it's kind of like hit or
I
miss. It's
enjoy
like
them.
Not why I play, but
I mean, if you
yeah,
have like an LD, you feel pretty cool. Like where it's
Yeah,
like oh oh my LD got like I gotta go chase that skin. But it's like I don't know. Like do I care that my Monkey Kings, who I use none of them, have Guardian skins? Like,
true,
I
true,
don't,
true,
I
true.
don't, do I, it doesn't matter? Like, I don't know. Like, I use one Beast Rider. Do I care that the other two have Guardian skin? Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. They could make a lot more, like, rewarding. Like, if they just gave a scroll package or something, like a
Or
package
re-ups or
mixed.
something, you know?
Yeah, like just give you some sort of package that has like some re-apps, some scrolls, some crystals, just kind of like, and it just, all of those things like tick up a notch for each rank higher that you finish. You just get a few more
Yeah.
of each. Like,
Would make RTA a lot more competitive as well.
oh yeah, God
You
yeah,
would also get the people that would complain about how much more pay to win the game gets because higher ranks get more stuff, so the rich get richer, right?
yeah,
There's always gonna be that
You could
that
just
factor.
give points instead and let people spend it how they like as well. So like
yeah.
the
I
world
mean
arena
that
points,
too.
whatever
You
it's
you
called.
have the currency right here that you could give out. If
Yeah.
it's right there. You can do whatever you want to this shop. You can adjust it a million times. Like put all sorts of different stuff in there, and then end of season just rewards you in points. Maybe that's how they do Guardian skins without having to do it every month. Maybe whenever a new Guardian skin comes out, it just goes into that shop in some form,
Store.
and then you just you got to play and win seasons to rack up a bunch of points to then just go and buy it. Like that's
I
where
think
they
that
could put
wouldn't
the.
be a bad idea anyways to change the whole reward system. Like
Yeah, I
throw
mean
some
it's
re-ups
kind
in
of a
there or
joke right
something.
now. Yeah.
Just a few per month that you can get, that everyone can get.
Yep.
But you have to play RTA for it. Not all
Yeah.
your
Oh,
ranks, because not
100%.
everyone enjoys RTA. But it just inclines people to play RTA and actually try.
Yeah, and like have it matter. I mean,
Yeah,
like how many times has JMac uh spent the first fucking 99% of the season as like whatever the lowest points is. I think it's like 950 or something is like the lowest you
yeah.
can go. And then in the
Yeah.
final week gets top 100. It's
Boom,
like
right, just like that.
Yeah,
every
I was
single
just literally
season.
talking about him. That's exactly what he does. He just waits till like the end. So like
Yep.
he's busy, so it kind of works for him where like he could just slack off. Not slack, but like he's busy doing other shit. So
Oh
he
yeah,
just
of
waits till like the
course.
end of the season. And you can easily. Like I said, I've done it. We've seen multiple people do it where they can the last
Yeah.
2 weeks.
But that feels
Just
bad if you enjoy the game. Like he obviously likes Summoner's War, but
yeah,
what is his incentive to play the first 2 months of an RTA season? There's
just
nothing.
getting
It's
more points.
it's not going to affect
Getting
his.
more points for scrolls
Yeah,
or
it's
anything.
not going to affect his finish at the end of the season. He's going to get G3 anyway, regardless of what rank he's at when the final week starts. It's just like it's just a waste of time, and people just don't have any real motivation. Like scrolls are whatever; they're regular
I mean,
scrolls.
let's be honest, he's not free to play enough to care about the scrolls.
Yeah,
I think the
Yeah.
only people that really care about those mysticals and elementals are people that are like either addicted to summoning
yeah,
or just free to play, so they want every scroll they can get.
yeah. But like I
Not like
said, like
me.
even if you make it 1 month season, that doesn't change for anybody. You know what I mean? You still would just
True.
Play every day, get
yeah,
your
you still
points
just
that you
have to
can.
play to get your scrolls. Like that part doesn't change. Like if you want
You would
scrolls,
just
you got to
get
play.
more
Same as right
excitement
now.
out of it in the final week, I guess, every time.
Yeah, it
You
just
get
makes it
more of
feel more
those.
like impactful
Yeah.
instead of just like 3 months of watching this fucking wherever it is. Like these people get like, oh, now they're 300 points ahead of the pack. Oh, now they're 400 points ahead of the pack. Like, oh, good job, guys.
I
He's
mean,
the only.
Bankroyd did the same thing, right? In the last 4 days, he went from G2 right to the top, which was at least 300-point climb.
Yeah, but like these are the only people that a 3 month season even affects right now because they're trying to get top four. So you got to get every point
Yeah.
you can in that within that time frame. But the second you leave this top 10, everybody else is just waiting for the last week of the season to see what rank they're actually going to finish.
Yeah.
It's fucking, I don't know. It's just something that
Yeah.
I've noticed
It would be-
while playing other games a lot more recently, where I'm just
Mhm.
like, oh, like I have to go hop on. Like if I want to get top 100 in Pokemon this month, I have to log on, right? Like I literally have to log on and play and try, or I'm not going to get it because there's only 2 weeks left, right? But Summoners where I can be like, oh, it's not the end of the season yet, so I guess I can just
Yeah.
ignore that
Keep
game for a
putting them off.
while.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was something interesting to talk about because we used to bitch about the point system all the time. Then they never changed it, and it just kind of disappeared. Like no one cares about the point system anymore.
You give
Well,
out
people just
like
cared mainly about the MMR, right? Like somehow you were always pulling, and they fixed it. I rarely pull anyone. I don't. Well, not rarely. I just never pull. Like for example, I'm sitting in G1 now. I don't pull C2s ever. I'll pull a C3 because I'll end up in a horrible loss streak. But
Yeah.
like in G2, I never pull a C3 anymore. And when I am in G2, and then if I'm in G1, your range is from C3 to G3 as it should be. I'm not complaining that I'm pulling C3s in G1. That's expected.
Yeah, it's one
So
yeah.
rank.
that
It's one
portion of
rank
like,
apart. Yeah.
yeah, and that's perfectly fine. Nobody should be complaining about that. That's how it should be. But when you, what was I getting off my tangent here? What was it? God damn it! What was I getting at?
Something about the point system. I don't know.
Yeah, because the points is yeah. So like in terms of like your point gain and whatnot, it just seems like it may not seem like it's proper because like you said, we have 3 months,
Yep.
but really only those last 2 weeks. Because you just keep dropping people above you who are still queuing. You just keep sucking down their points because you
Yeah.
came out of the blue.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what you're running. They can't search you on that site, and
Yep.
they're like, "Oh, what the heck is this guy doing?" All of a sudden, and then he's just
Yep. Last week I
skyrocketing through
redo my
everything.
entire
Right?
comp. Yeah. I change every unit. I change every build. I do that every
Mhm.
season in the last week. I
You do that
just
every week, not every season.
I do it, but that's for testing purposes. In the final week, I do it for like, okay, let's try to win. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
like,
Okay, but like, what if you give out, let's say, I don't know, weekly or bi-weekly rewards for
oh,
the
that'd be
current
awesome.
rank you're at in RTA? It
That would be
would,
so awesome.
yeah, you know,
I
people
don't
would
see why they
want to
don't.
play.
Yeah.
Even if it's just glory points, like, or whatever these are called, RTA
Yeah.
medals, whatever the fuck they're called in here.
Yeah, I think they've got something with medals in it. World
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Arena
then you
medals of
update the
some sort.
store to have more good shit that's actually worth playing for.
yeah,
Even if they keep it the same, like it's fine. Like you can buy like so for example, change transmog stones to like twice a week or something. Change because people still like that stuff. I buy that stuff every month or
You
every
yeah,
buy those
week.
too,
Sorry.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
yeah. They just need to
Make the LDs.
incentivize playing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
There's no reason
incentive.
not to.
There's so many ways to do it as well.
Yeah, and I think like the other thing, like the sort of like trickle down effect right now of not really having any like real incentive to play other than you're just trying to win is you get people playing the super meta. Like the only reason people like first pick a Wunsa and then inexplicably back down into Verd, whatever, Diana, is because all they care about is just trying to get a win. It's like, I just, at all costs, I have to try to get a win. It's like, that's just part of not really having any other reason to play. There's no reason to, you don't have any incentive to just be playing RTA. Like, if you're playing, it's just like, fuck it, just pick what's good, try to win. Otherwise, you're gonna be fucking tilted, and there's no reason to get tilted over this game that has no incentive to playing. It's just like,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
could see that fixing some of that. Like
like no
those
one
people who
tests anything because there's no. You just, if you're gonna be playing, you gotta just pick what you think gives you the best chance to win. And if you're up against someone who you think is faster than you, then your best chance to win is just Verd, Diana, and Leo. Like that's your best chance. And that's, I don't know. It's just, I think this game is just like they got to give a reason to actually want to play during the season. If it's going to be 3 months long, you got to give people a reason to play it for the first 2.5 months. Because, I mean, me personally, I have no motivation to play it until the final week. I mean, I like to test stuff. Like sometimes I'll get like random ideas, and I'm just like, okay, like I'll go rune that up and try it. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm thinking, because I just play because I'm an addict. But
Well,
like
yeah,
Yeah, I did
like
the
the
same
last
thing,
two,
to be
the last
honest.
2 seasons, like I said, I've said this before, but Oliver just like broke my motivation
no,
to like
He
keep
nearly did
playing
the
on a
same
daily
thing for
basis.
me as well. And
I
I
don't play
play
daily.
every
I
win.
actually started playing other games. Like that's never happened in my whole
Yeah, you don't
Summoners
play
War
anything
lifetime.
else. Yeah.
I don't. Everybody knows I don't play other games. I'll occasionally load up Yu-Gi-Oh here and there, but these last 2 seasons, like I'll be playing. I'm like, I don't want to play right now because I know what's gonna happen, and that's insane to me. And because like everyone's playing either they're a cop out comp or Oliver.
Just a
Oliver's
super
such a nightmare.
overtuned. Yeah, where every
Yeah.
unit is
So then I'm
just
like,
crazy cracked
I
out
don't
and
feel like playing. It's insane to me. I don't feel like playing, and it's not because I'm finally tired of the game. I still enjoy the mechanics. I
yeah, I
still
still have
enjoy
the urge
the
to play. It's just
yeah. But then I remember what it is. I'm
yeah,
like, eh,
yeah.
maybe not. Go load up
I
some
get the urge
crappy
to
2D
log on
game.
and play, but it goes away real quick.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
happens to me
Oliver's
like
doing that to a lot of people, I think. A lot of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I wish I had more time to stream because like that's when I streamed is when I did my most wings because it was just like it was almost like a schedule, you know, where it's like I turn my stream on, this is when I do my wings. It like it gave me an
Sure.
incentive to do wings because it was stream content. Like that was my incentive. But if you don't stream and there's no in-game incentive, then what am I doing? Why would I play?
yeah.
But yeah, we can end it there. We're already at like an hour and 5 minutes or so, which is
I'm
all
back
right
on
because
Wi-Fi, so I don't
we
care about
missed a
my
week, so
internet.
that's
Yeah.
okay to have an extended one.
Yeah,
But
we missed a week.
yeah,
Any final thoughts, Scribbles?
I mean, it
You have
was
any
good to
final
be on the
thoughts?
podcast. I enjoyed this. Might be back on again some other time if you guys want
definitely.
to have me. I'm for sure
Oh yeah,
down.
baby.
For sure, for sure.
Wait,
Hmm?
I was gonna say I've been thinking of pushing bi-weekly episodes if somehow time allows it between Ziggy and I's schedule, so we can have like some repeat guests. Because we like to always we always talk about like having the same guests on, but at the same time we want to have new guests every week. So we want to balance or like if so let's say another balance patch happens, we want to have you after that balance patch. Like, hey, has anything changed? Have you any new ideas? Any blah blah blah. Like we
Yeah,
want to have Thompson revisited. We want to have Sean B revisited. Like everyone really. Apps revisited as well, but Apps kind of cheated somehow and got in because Ziggy was sick.
yeah,
Like earlier than we probably would have planned. So thinking maybe to push a bi-weekly episode, but like I said, timing can be hard for that. But we'll figure it out eventually.
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of
So that
people right now to actually
yeah.
have on the podcast. A lot of
Mhm.
streamers.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's like the list is actually surprisingly long when you actually like look at how many different streamers, and not just streamers, even YouTube guys who only do
True.
YouTube. I would love to have them as well. And I think about like, man, some of these people we might not get to for like a few more months, and by
Yeah,
then the game's so different. We want to
yep,
have this old guest that we had who
yeah,
are like, so if we can push bi-weekly, so we can have, let's say, if we do one of them, obviously have you again in a couple months' time, that would be great. So that way, this conversation is more fresh with this like the same people that we've spoken to or play at a high Guardian level to have other people get inspired to do something else.
You can always get a fourth person, right? I have a
yeah.
four-way podcast.
Eh,
Or would that
it,
be too much? I
I don't
that's
think
know.
four is like the limit, in my opinion.
It's definitely the
mhm.
limit. I don't know. We haven't tried it yet. Could be
Well,
worth
we
doing an
kind
episode and
of
see what
tried it
happens.
last week's episode. Was it last week when we had the last episode was with ACOG and apps, right? And then you were just chirping in
Well, yeah,
every couple.
I was just
Yeah.
recording
Yeah.
and yeah. But yeah, well,
Um.
anyways,
Maybe
thank you very
anyways,
much,
yes.
sir. Try not to drop
Digress.
into C3 again this season in the final week.
Don't,
Uh,
don't be like
As long
me.
as I don't face for Russ again, I'll be fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just
just
don't
try not to
face.
snipe each other.
All right. Well,
And
thank you
please
very
nerf
much.
Oliver on the next
Nah,
fucking
thanks for
balance
joining us.
patch. Please nerf Oliver.
Yeah,
All
for
I'm
real.
Yes,
asking for right now.
properly.
Fuck that speed
Actually,
lead.
actually read his skill
Put his skills
before you
back.
nerf it. So you,
Put his skills back and just get rid of the speed lead, and he'll be fine.
True. Get
Like,
rid of the fucking speed
yeah,
lead.
yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah,
thank you
thanks for
guys for
having me,
watching.
guys. It was great to be on.
Yeah, no problem.